Hi, my name's Faye and I'm a building surveyor with Harris & Clark Chartered Surveyors. In this series we'll be looking at all things dilapidations, but first let's start with what dilapidations actually is. When you think of dilapidations, you often think of rundown, abandoned buildings with smashed windows that are in a bad shape. So it's unsurprising that tenants who feel they have looked after their premises are confused by the term. In this case, dilapidations refers to the condition of a leasehold property during a tenant's occupancy and when a lease ends. All leases will outline the obligations that tenants have to look after the property. The dilapidations process is a way to document and remedy breaches of lease covenants. This video series will look into the main covenants relating to dilapidations claims and mostly relates to lease end dilapidations. The main covenants we will look at are the tenant's obligations to redecorate the premises, repair damage, reinstate alterations, comply with statute, and how they must pass the property back to the landlord. These covenants all relate to the condition of the premises. If a landlord believes their tenant has not adhered to their lease covenants, the landlord can inspect the property or instruct a surveyor to do so on their behalf. Usually, the costs of inspecting and preparing a schedule of dilapidations can be recoverable under the lease from the tenant. A schedule of dilapidations is a formal report that will document the breakdown of remedial works that will need to be carried out to reinstate the property to its original condition as agreed in the lease. The report will document the exact breaches, how to remedy them, and estimated costs. If the tenant fails to carry out the works, it can also be used as a baseline for financial negotiations. We have made other videos to go into more detail about specific aspects of dilapidations and recommend that you watch those to understand more. Landlords and tenants, do not panic. A landlord who fails to deal with dilapidations can encounter financial implications in terms of not being able to re-let a premises in disrepair. However, if you speak to a dilapidation specialist like our knowledgeable surveyors at Harris & Clark, we can guide you through the process to mitigate the risk of loss. And tenants, please do not despair. There are many ways to protect yourself against a dilapidations claim, and we always advise that tenants seek advice from a dilapidation surveyor before signing a lease, and at the very least 6 months or so before the end of their lease, to give them plenty of time to consider their dilapidation strategy. Our surveyors can be reached on 023 8155 0051 and will be pleased to answer your questions.